Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing like a quick little video, not really a detailed video, but a quick little video on a basic makeup face. So this will be a look that you can do any day, no matter where you're going, if it's to the mall or if it's a quick date or out with your girls just to hang out or whatever it is. This face that I'm going to do today is just simple, straight to the point, and you can do this with not even a lot of products. Like, you don't need a lot of products. All you're going to need is your foundation that you use on a regular basis. But today I am going to be using this Black Radiance contour palette. This is in the shade medium dark. It has some amazing tones in here, some nice brown sand colors, and it also comes with a highlighter. So this palette is naturally for contouring, highlighting, and I'm gonna use it today for eyeshadow. So this is what my eyes are gonna be. So that's why I say it's a very natural, neutral look that you can wear with anything, and you can wear it anywhere. I'm also gonna be using the Black Radiance blush in toasted almond, and this is like one of their most popular brushes for women of color. I love the blush. It doesn't give you too much pink. It gives you a nice bronzy orange color just to bring a little bit of life to your cheeks, and it is amazing. So if you want to see this quick and simple, easy face that I'm going to do today, then don't go nowhere. Just stay right there and keep watching. Okay, so we did our eyes off camera. So now I'm just gonna put some primer. And this is like one of my favorite primers. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. So we're gonna put that on. Our eyebrows seem to have cooperated today. Lately, they have not. I think I have overarched them, and I need to kind of let them like grow out and start over, because sometimes they be looking a mess. So to set my eyebrows, I am going to go in with a little bit of setting powder, which I have on this brush that I'm using, and this is just so I don't have that shiny glossy effect on my eyebrows. And I am also going to go over them with some eyebrow gel, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow gel. It's in the color brown, and this is just to collect all those little flyaway hairs and get them to stay in one place. So I just go over that a little bit. Like I said, I've already used my primer. So right now I'm going to do Fenty Beauty today. I've been playing around with this a lot because I'm just trying to get my colors together, because Fenty doesn't seem to have a color to match my exact shade. So I have been mixing a few colors of theirs to try to come up with a color that's just perfect for me. And what I'm doing now is I'm applying some MAC Oil Control Lotion, a mattifying lotion. And because I do have oily skin, especially in my T-zone area, I want to make sure that I get those areas as matte as possible. Now, you can also use, if you have oily skin, you can also use Milk of Magnesia. That works really, really, really good also. But today, I'm not going to be painting my face with Milk of Magnesia. Okay, so now that I've put all of that on my face, I'm going to let the mattifier sit and matte and get tacky. And I'm also going to start working on my eyes. So I'm just going to get a big fluffy blending brush. Nothing specific, but a big brush because I have a big eye. And I'm going to go into this middle shade on the palette, which is used for sculpting, but I'm going to use that as my base coat to go on my eye. And I'm using just one of these big blushes, whatever, a big brush. This is a Tarte brush, Tarte Cosmetics, and because my eyelid area is very, very big, like, this brush works perfectly for me. So I'm just gonna pat that color in at the top all the way up close to my brow area, because this is the color that's closest to my skin tone. And remember, I told you we're gonna do a like really natural, everyday, anywhere kind of face. So I'm just gonna pat that color in. All over the top of my eyelid. Now, because I'm not doing like anything specific, like with color contrast or anything like that, this is just gonna be a one color eyelid. I don't have to be specific as to how I'm blending it or anything like that. I just want to pack it on to get that full coverage for the whole top portion of my eye, because we're not using a whole bunch of colors here today. So I can even take this down low if I want to, because remember, this color is close to my skin tone. So I'm just covering the lid. I've already prepped my eye with concealer and set it with a little bit of setting powder so that my eyeshadow stays in one spot and it doesn't move. So right now I'm just going to put this color all over my eye, everywhere. And then we'll add some dimension. Of course, we'll add some dimension a little bit later with the other shade that we're going to use. But right now we're just going to pack this one on. And I'm just trying to get this lighting because I got a new light. I got my ring light, which I didn't have one of those before, but now I actually have one, and I'm still trying to figure out which color is the best color, because to me it looks like this color is going in and out. It's going from bright to dark, and I don't know if it's going to look like that on the video, but just in case it does and it had my video looking all jacked up, y'all know it's because I really don't know what I'm doing with this light, and I'm trying to figure it out. It's a lot of stuff I'm figuring out as I go. So if anybody has any tips that they would like to share, especially if you've been doing this a lot longer, then by all means, let me know what you know. Help a sister out. And that's that. So now we have that color on. And that color is all over our eyelid. So we have an even, clean base right now that we're working with the eyelid. So now I'm just going to get another blending brush. And I'm just going to go into the crease area of my eye with the darker color. And just darken it up a little bit and give it some dimension. Now this color is not that much darker, but it's dark enough that it's going to give me a nice dimension with this eye. Get my mirror here so I can kind of see what I'm doing, because the camera doesn't give me that illusion that I want. I really can't tell if I'm doing this right because of the lighting on the camera. So I'm gonna just use this mirror that I have down here, and that's gonna help me. So this color, I am just making sure I'm packing this color into the crease. I'm going back and forth with like a windshield wiper motion or either a buffing motion to get that color into the crease. Because this is gonna be like a little happy, natural look. It ain't gonna be nothing dramatic. Like I said, we're not doing a cut crease. We're not doing any of that. We just putting this on here because we going out. I actually have a date today. Like I have a date with my wedding planner and with my fiance, and we're gonna sit and talk about wedding stuff. Yay. So yeah, that's what I'm getting ready for. I'm gonna go over here to the other eye. But no, in all actuality, I'm really excited about the wedding. This is a big deal for me and my fiance and my family. So I'm really excited about it. As it gets closer to the time, I get more excited. Initially, I wasn't. I was just looking at the expense and the stress and all of that stuff that was going to come with the wedding. But now I'm getting more and more excited about it because my fiance is super excited about it. Like super. So I have to get on board, hunting. I don't got time. Time is running out. This wedding will be next year. And it will be the highlight of my 2020. So getting prepared for that. It's a lot of work. Just like anything else, just like with me, trying to start my business and get my lashes out there, because I launched a lash line, just in case nobody knows that I do have my own lashes, and I'm gonna probably wear a pair today. And I also do support other people's businesses. I support all Black businesses, especially if they pertain to makeup or anything like that. If it's or clothes, fashion and stuff like that. If it's a Black business, I definitely try to support those, because that's one of the things that was on my agenda for 2018 when I did my little vision board. It was to support more people that look like me. Because every time you support a small business, remember, you're supporting somebody's dream. So I wanted to be a part of supporting other people's dreams. And now that I have come to the point where I'm actually pursuing one of my dreams, it's an amazing feeling. It's a great feeling to be able to help somebody else meet their goals and live up to their dreams and their expectations and everything. Is good to be a part of that, and we need a lot of that in our community. So I'm definitely for it. Okay, so now I've added that darker color in there, and then what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go back in with that bigger brush that I had and kind of blend a little bit so those colors like melt in together, because you don't want any harsh lines. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to eyeshadow. A lot of people have problems with, and they're like, I just can't do my eyes, I can't get the eyeshadow to look good. That takes time and that takes practice and patience, because you got to be able to blend all those colors together nicely and have it looking uniformed and nicely buffed out. And that takes time and practice. Like, makeup is not something that you're gonna master overnight. I know it took me, like, initially it took me like 2 years just to be able to do my eyebrows. That was a lot of practice. Like, even sometimes now I still feel like my eyebrows are not 100%. And then I have to say, girl, eyebrows are not twins, they are sisters. Get it together. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into that highlight color over here. It's a nice shimmery gold color, and I'm just gonna use my finger actually to pick it up, and then I'm just gonna dab it on my eyelid. So I'm not doing no cut crease. I'm not doing nothing that's just way out of the way. This is simple and easy. I'm just gonna dab some of that shimmery gold color right on the top of my eyelid, just like that. And when you're doing your makeup, believe it or not, the thing that takes the longest to do is not the actual makeup, but it's the eye part. Like if you're doing like cut creases and you're working with more than one color and you're trying to get, you know, these fades and these blends and all of that stuff, that's what takes the longest. If you're just doing a simple, like easy thing like this, your makeup will be done in no time. It should not take you 45 minutes. You know, longer than an hour to do your makeup if you're doing something simple like this. So that's why this was my thing for today, because I was like, I don't have time to be sitting here doing all that. I just want to do what I need to do and go where I need to go. And just to give some depth to my eyes, because they do look very one-dimensional, I'm just gonna go in with this is just a Maybelline eyeshadow, but it's black, so I'm just gonna go in with that just in the corner of my eye, just right here, just to give a little bit of definition to my eye. And I'm not gonna even be like with all the blending or anything like that. I'm just, as you can see, I'm just dabbing it ever so lightly. And just buff that in that corner. That's it. And that's gonna add some definition to the eye. Don't mind my mirror. This is a big mirror, man. Big ass mirror. I usually use it for my clients so that they can see their face when I'm done with their makeup. But today I'm using it because I did not feel like digging through stuff to look for a little small mirror. So yeah, just a little bit there. And that's it. Blend, blend, blend. You can use fingers, you can use brushes, you can use whatever you're comfortable with when it comes to blending. You just want to make sure that you blend, like that you don't forget to blend. It's very important so that your stuff looks seamless. And then I'm just going to go back over again with that gold on my fingertip. Little dabs. And that's it. And for me, for right now, I am done with eyes. Okay, so that's just it. That's all that I'm going to do today when it comes to eyes. Right now, I'm just going to put a little liner on there. And this is my NYX liquid liner in black. And I'm not even gonna do a wing. Like, I just want this to be as simple and as fast as possible. Like, even doing wings, that takes practice. Like, you don't learn wings overnight. You gotta have a real steady hand for wings. And you want your liner to be even on both sides. Sometimes it will be and sometimes it won't. But whatever. That all comes with practice as well. Okay. All right. So for me, right now, I'm done with the eyes. I'm just going to put on some mascara. And then I'm going to pop my lashes on, whatever lashes I decide to wear. I'm going to pop those on. And then that's going to be it as far as eyes go. Like, I'm not going to do anything else. And whenever you have a very dramatic eyelash, you really don't need to do anything else. So because I'm doing a simple eye today, like nothing dramatic, I'm going to put on a dramatic eyelash. And that's going to, like, give me that extra that I be looking for when I do my makeup. You heard what I said? That extra Should be like, that thing look like, That's how I be needing my makeup to look when I be doing it. When I stand back and look in the mirror, I need to feel like, that girl like, that thing's sticking. So that's how I need to feel when I finish doing my makeup. So because I'm not doing a dramatic eye, I'm not doing anything intense or extreme with my eyeshadows or anything like that, I'm going to put on a dramatic lash. You feel me? So I'm just going to put some mascara on my lash so that they're all the same color when I put my lashes on. Stretch them out. And to me, the lash strips are always better than the individuals. One, because I can come home and put a little makeup remover on the band of the eye of my eyelash, and it will slide right off, and I will still have all my lashes. And two, they just do something to be able to change your eyelash every night. Take it off, wash it, make sure it's clean, and then put it back on. I mean, that's awesome. Like, I like the fact that I can wash my eyelashes when I take a bath. I take the fake ones off and I wash my real ones. Like, anything else is just nasty. But, you know, to each his own. So, I have once again painted my nose with the mascara, which is fine. I do it all the time. And I'm just going to put my lash on. Like so. So there, we have our lashes on. And that's it for lashes, right? So now that we have lashes on, we have our eyeshadow is on to the point of where we like it. If you want to add more, you can always add more. If you don't, you don't have to. And that's it. As far as my eye goes, I'm done. I'm going to take that same black eyeshadow that I used earlier, and I'm just going to set this liner. So whenever you see like people that have black liner on the bottom, and like if they get hot or if they start crying or whatever, the liner starts running, that's because they put that liner on and they didn't set it. Remember, anything you put on that's like a liquid or anything that is movable, you have to set it with a powder. And that liner that's on the bottom is not liquid, but if it gets wet or anything like that, it's gonna move, it's gonna slide. So it has to be set with a powder. So that's why I'm going in with the black eyeshadow on top of it to set it so that it doesn't move. And as far as my eyes go, my eyes are done. Like, it's nothing like too much over the top. It just is what it is. So for the Fenty Beauty, I'm using the Pro Filter Fenty Beauty in the color 410 and also in the color 370. I mixed the two colors because the 370, the 370 is light and it matches like my light areas, but it's like really too light for my whole entire face. So I have to mix it with the 410 so that I can get a color that's, see, you notice how light it is when I put it on? So that I can get a color that's like a medium between the two. So that's why I have to mix them, because Fenty 410 makes me too orange, but the 370 makes me too light, if that makes any sense. So I'm just gonna go and blend this in with my damp beauty blender. I'm gonna go in for a light highlight, nothing major, because like I said, this is just, you know, meeting with the wedding planner. I'm not going out. I don't have to make my girlfriend think I'm, you know, another person or anything like that. Just going to meet the wedding planner. And this is just LA Girls Cosmetics in the color, very popular color, Warm Honey. So it's enough to give me a little highlight, nothing major. You know, this is not like a nightlife event or anything like that where I need to be on and popping. And I'm going to blend that out also with the Beauty Blender. So it'll give me a low light highlight, if that makes sense. Like, it won't be like, oh my God, that highlight. It won't be that intense, but you'll know that I done put in a little work on this face. And I kind of like doing makeup because I have to pick my fiance up from work right before we go see this lady. And I kind of like doing my makeup as like a little surprise to her when I see her, because she loves when I wear makeup. And I keep telling her I'm not a Barbie. So don't think that I'm going to wear makeup 24/7 all the time just because you like when I put on makeup. Like, what you think this is? But anyway, I'm going to do it though. I'm going to be all cute up when she see me, and she going to be blushing like it was her first time ever meeting me. And that's what I be going for. I be going for that. So this is a little light. I'm also going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. This is my favorite highlighter. But this is the one that I use a lot for the nighttime because, you know, come alive in the nighttime. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this on top of the warm honey. That way this highlight is not going to be so intense because it has a layer underneath that's going to like, you know, make it a little bit darker than it would normally be if I used it alone. Because when I use it alone, honey, this highlight pop from here to China. The girls be seeing it. So I'm going to mix it with this. Put a little bit, you see the little bit that I use, and I'm just going to go right over the top of the warm honey. Just a little bit, and just a little bit on this nose so I can snatch it up a little bit. I didn't even put any on my forehead because that color is so light and so popping that I'll be looking like I'm going to prom when I'm just going to meet the wedding planner, and that's not what I'm going for. Not yet. She won't see me like that until the wedding day. Got to save some of the tricks out the bag. You know what I mean? I'm going to set with Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to press that in. So I like to dab into my setting powder with the wet beauty blender as well. And that helps, that wetness helps the setting powder to melt into your skin, because I don't just blop a whole bunch of powder up there. I want it to melt in my skin because I don't want flashback, you know? So you want to try to avoid flashback at all costs. Like, nobody wants that picture. You don't want to be that girl. So I use a wet beauty blender because the moisture is going to help melt that setting powder right into your skin. And you see how it melted it in to the point where you can barely see it on my forehead? That's what we be going for. I'm going to do the nose. And then everything else is just going to sit there. And I'm going to make sure I get into the corners of my nose. Those are my smile creases. I want to make sure I always put a lot of setting powder in those areas, because those are the areas where your makeup will crack up and lift up and you'll look like you have a cake face. So my chin usually does that, and my smile lines here and on the side of my nose. So I make sure that I go in really good with my setting powder. For my contour, I am going to use LA Girl Pro, and it's in the color Dark Cocoa. So that's the color Dark Cocoa. And then we're going to blend that out. I'm going to use my beauty blender also. I'm going to use it on the flat side that I haven't used, and I'm going to blend that out. This beauty blender, this one blender can be used to do everything on your face. You don't have to switch up brushes or anything. And because it's damp, it just presses everything right into your skin. presses everything in. And remember, you want to drag that down underneath your chin because you're cutting your jawline to make your face look more angled, but you also going to create that shadow that we normally naturally have under our chin and our neck. So you're creating that, you're putting that shadow back that you took away when you put your foundation on and made everything one-dimensional, right? So then we're going to blend out the nose also. And I leave that white powder there as a guide so I can know where I'm doing my contour. I leave that powder sitting there on that highlight because that's the guide to where I need to. And then on top of that, we're gonna get a brush, because now we need a brush because we need to set all of the areas that we put contour on. We need to set those with a powder so that they what? So that they don't move. That's right, class. We don't want them to move. So we need to set them with a powder. So to set them, we're going to use the powder that is in here that's used for contour. It's the same one we use for our eyes. We're going to go in and we're going to set all the powder things that we did on our nose when we did our highlight. And now we're doing our contour, and we're going to blend all of this out so that everything looks nice. And here I'm just using an angled e.l.f. brush. And I'm using that dark brown in that contour palette to set that. I'm going to set here. Remember we did this area with liquid. So we're going to set by patting that in and dragging it down. We're going to set around the border of our forehead where we put also liquid. I'm going to set that. Nothing intense, but just set it. I'm a person that doesn't have a very big forehead space. As you can see how close my forehead comes to my eyebrows. So a lot of times I really don't have to do this step, but I do it to give me definition to my face. Okay. So now we've created that contour on the nose. I'm going to go back in and highlight again, because as you can see, the highlight kind of got lost. So I want to make sure I bring it back. See how we did that? See how it looked like it was gone, but we brought it back, and that's the goal. Okay, you wanna, if you lose anything in makeup, you can always bring it back. Okay, and then we're also gonna go underneath our jawline with our Laura Mercier to add shape under the jawline where we did the contour. I'm gonna put a highlight there, and that's gonna make that jawline pop like pow. I usually go right here on the top of my earlobe and just bring it down to meet my chin. And it's all about face shape and how your face is shaped. Okay, so now that that's on, we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. All right, so while the contour underneath on top of my jawline, I'm sorry, is setting, because that I like to let set a little bit more, I'm gonna go in with my MAC Dark Mineralized Skin Finish, and it's in the color dark, and I'm going to dust off all the other powder that I have on my face. And the reason why I dust off with my mineralized powder that has color to it is because I don't want flashback. So even if my highlight is very light and popping, I dust it off with my powder that has color to it, because what that's going to do is that's going to add color to that highlight, and that highlight won't be so bold and have me around here looking like a pale face in my pictures, because that's a no-no. Okay. Now we'll dust off the bottom. Get rid of that line. And even when you get rid of that line, the marker that you set is going to stay there. But the line is just, the harsh line is going to be gone. And I'm going to drag that setting powder all the way down. And this is what gives your makeup that flawless finish, is your setting powders. Okay. So now we are done with that. I am going to use the Black Radiance in the color Toasted Almond, and I'm going to use that to add a little bit of color to my cheeks. It's just a little bit. You see, it is not like over dramatic, but you know that it's there. And that is why this color right here is bomb as shit. Just enough to know it's there and not too much. Okay. And then as far as our face goes, that's it. Like, we're done with this face. This face is done and it's ready to go. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to set it. Okay. And setting spray just allows all of the powders and all of the colors and everything that you put on your face to like melt into your skin. It gives it that moisture that beauty blender give it. It gives it more of that moisture, and it allows everything to set and melt into your skin. So your makeup should be one. It should be cohesive. Everything should be blended. There should be no harsh lines, because once you put this setting spray on there, that's it. Nothing is gonna move. So if there's a makeup error, or if there's something that you did wrong, or your application didn't go the way that you want it to go, it's gonna show once you put that setting powder on there. Remember, this palette has contour, sculpt, and highlight. I'm gonna pick up that gold that's over there in the corner. And we're gonna highlight this area. And this highlight is not even as intense as the mini highlights that I use, like that I love, this one is not as intense. And that's fine, because that's not the look we're going for today. We're not going for a very dramatic look today. We're going for a normal, everyday outing kind of look. So it's okay that this highlighter is not that bright. It's perfect. I'm gonna go down the nose here. We got the button on the front of our nose. We're gonna go over the top of our lip here. Add some shine there. And over our chin. Because to me, I am a unicorn. Yo soy unicorn. I like to shine. I like to sparkle. So I get carried away with my highlights. I do. I like to shine. Okay, so that little highlight, it popped through. You see it there. It's not really much, but it's there. And that's all you need for a light evening, right? So now our face is done. Like, we have everything on our face that we need for a regular, soft beat, nothing dramatic, going out with friends, going on a date. Everything that we need, we've completed in this face. We have a full face of makeup, but we don't look like we have a full face of makeup, if that makes sense. So our look was successful. We're gonna come back with some hair, and we're gonna add some lips, and then we're gonna be out of here because I got an appointment. Okay, so now we have added some hair to this look, and we've added some lip gloss to this look, and yeah, now the look is finished. Don't ask me where I got this wig from because I don't remember. But it is a synthetic wig, as you can see, because I'm struggling right here. It's a synthetic wig. I've had it for a while, but it looks really good. Like, it looks really, really good. And it came from Sam's Beauty, because that's usually where I get my synthetic wigs from. And I like the versatility that I can get with the synthetic wig, because I'll change these like every day, or I'll change these for every video and stuff like that. And they look good, and for the most part, you can't really tell. Like, once I put that brown stocking on under here, honey, and put this hair and lay it down in the front and make it look like it got some baby hairs, you really can't tell that it's a synthetic wig as opposed to a natural human hair wig. So this is the finished look. I think I want to put some lip gloss on, if I can find it. I have a newfound addiction to this lip gloss. It reminds me of the lip gloss back in the days, you know, you used to have with the little roly ball in it, and your lips used to be looking like chicken grease in the 90s. I'm really telling my age. Yeah, this lip gloss reminds me so much of that. And yes, that's what I needed. And it gives me that nice shiny look, but it's not so liquidy that it looks like it's running all over my lips. It actually is very thick, and it sticks and stays into one spot. So if you don't like lip gloss that sticks and stays in one spot because your weave be getting caught on it, then don't get this, sis. This ain't the lip gloss for you, okay? I'm just gonna say like that. But this one is in aloe vera, so yeah, it heals and soothes at the same time, and it gives me that popping look. Even when I don't have on makeup, I put that on with some lashes and a clean, fresh face. And honey, I just be looking like it. Like, I be looking like, you know, like it. So yes, this is the finished look. Let me know how you guys like it. Let me know if there's anything that I could do better or that you want me to change. I know a lot of people were saying that on the other videos that I posted that I wasn't talking, but I have this thing where if I start talking, I kind of start rambling and I get away from what I'm doing. And the goal is not to have an extremely long video. So if I don't talk, it kind of speeds up the process and I can get the video done. But for this video, I did have a conversation with y'all, okay? Okay. And yeah, just make sure that you like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment, because I really do want to hear your feedback and your concerns or your suggestions. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get viewers. I'm trying to get my business up and running. Lashes, I have lashes. Okay, these are not my lashes, these particular ones, but I do have 4 different styles of lashes. They are the Lalulas, the Leilanis, the Bonnie Blues, and the Raras, of course. So if you're interested, hit me up and let me know. But until then, and until the next video, which I'm going to try to probably do one next week, I'm going to see y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all be easy. Bye.